Hi, everyone. I am Linda Wellbrock, the CEO and founder of Leading Women Entrepreneurs and the Force for Change Awards for New Jersey during COVID. And we have such an interesting and dynamic honoree with us today. I can't wait for him to share his story about how he built and is building Trophy Park. We have Alan Now, the CEO and founder of Trophy Park down in Jackson, New Jersey. Welcome, Alan.
Hi, how are you today, Linda?
Oh, we're doing great, doing great. We're so honored to have you here with us today. And it's been really inspiring and fascinating for me to read about your project and your vision. And I'd love for you to share just a little bit about, how and why did you build Trophy Park? And what is
Well,
it?
Trophy Park is a world-class sports facility. Um, it's not only for the youth, it's for their families so they can come out and enjoy it as a family. It has 16 baseball fields, it has 8 soccer fields, it has a 6,000 seat stadium, which are all lit. So they'll be able to play nights as well as during the day. Um, we have 2 hotels. They're Wyndham hotels. One's a La Quinta, 150 room. The other's a Hawthorne Suites, which is another 150 rooms. We have a 500 seat conference center, an indoor facility with 16 full size regulation basketball courts, which turn into 32 volleyball courts, and an indoor soccer field with artificial turf inside as well. We have restaurants. We have team suites for the athletes that will stay in with their teams. There's 64 of them, holds over 2,000 kids. So they have the camaraderie of being together. We have an actual police station, firehouse, and first aid squad on site that is run by Jackson Township. We donated the land and the buildings for them to be on site because on this side of Jackson, there's not a lot of stuff out here. Like Six Flags is out here. That's really about it. So it's a long distance for the cops and the firemen and everybody to get here. So we figured that we wanted our place to be safe. So we donated the buildings for them to be here on site.
It's just
We're excited because it also protects this side of town for them. It's not only for us, but it's for this side of town,
yeah.
which is nice. We decided to build it next to Six Flags, and the property I purchased, I did purchase it from Six Flags, because in most of the sports places that are around, and a perfect example, which has been around for years, is Cooperstown, where everybody goes up and plays baseball, but there's nothing to do up there but play baseball. So if your whole family is going up there and not wasting, but spending their vacation watching the one child play, it's not that much fun for everybody else. But where we're at in the center of the state, we're close to all the airports because we have international teams coming in and playing at. We're close to all the major highways. We're right next to Six Flags, where every athlete that plays here gets into Six Flags on us. And their families get a reduced rate and a special package for them. So when they're not playing, they have something else to do with Hurricane Harbor and Six Flags. And for the mothers and that, there's the outlets that are down the street, the Jackson outlets and that. So that's something that's always a draw for that. And when you come down to it, we're an hour from New York City, we're an hour from Philadelphia, we're a half hour from the beach, we're an hour from Atlantic City. So we're like in a perfect location, and we have teams coming in from all over the world to compete in our tournaments. We have a letter of intent. We're just signing a deal with a company called Benfica, which is Portugal soccer. And they're the world-renowned academy for training people for professional MLS soccer. So, we're going to have that. We're going to be their place in the United States, that's going to be doing this for them. They're sending over coaches and everything to make that happen. And we're working with some people with bigger baseball and that, because there's no facility like this in the world. It's different. It's one of the only places where your teams can actually come and stay, where there's hotels on site. Most every place you go, you got to travel half hour, 45 minutes to get to wherever their tournaments are and that. And it just, we built it. It took me 9 years to get where I'm at. And, it was so as we went along, we learned a little bit about this, a little bit about that, talking to the different groups that are coming into play. We have USABL baseball, which I think they have over 40,000 members that's coming in here to play, and PDA soccer, which is a worldwide soccer. We've got steps lacrosse. We've got um, volleyball. We've got you name it. We've got it here. Wrestling. It wound up being just a great place that was really needed. The sports industry, the youth sports industry, is a $19 billion industry, and they're saying by 2023-24, it's going to be an $80 million, a billion, not million, $billion industry. If you take the NFL, for example, the NFL is a $15 billion industry. So youth sports has already passed them by $4 billion a year. And even though we're going to have a little bit more of a safety issues because of the coronavirus, we're making all the arrangements for that, so everybody will be safe here.
So to corona, I know that this is obviously a huge vision. I mean, you are essentially creating the Disney World for sports in New Jersey, from what you've just described. I've read in your application about some of the job creation that this facility is also creating, which is so inspiring and needed for our state, especially with unemployment going so high. So talk about how this is going to solve a major problem as well.
Well, there'll be around 265 full-time jobs here, and there'll be over 1,000 part-time jobs. And even we're talking to all the colleges in the state, and even a few in Pennsylvania. There's so many people that are going for sports management and marketing, and there's no place to put them for internships, and there's not a lot of jobs that are available out there for them. So we're creating a huge opportunity for all these college kids to come and show what they can do. And whether we hire them full time or other people see them, it'll be good on their resume for it. Now, but we're building the project with the unions, and we're also going to be maintaining with the unions for the maintenance and everything in that. So it's helping the unions out, which obviously work has been not as good for them since the pandemic and that. So they're all excited about what's happening with it. But and then we're going to pay Jackson. We're going to pay the town over $2 million in taxes every year, and 1.4 million of that $2 million goes to the schools, and we're not putting one kid in the school. So and we really don't need a lot of support like from the town. We're going to have our own security and everything. So we're not going to cost the town a lot of money.
This is really such a full circle way, and entertaining families to creating jobs. How else will this impact the state of New Jersey, and why Jackson?
Tourism is big in New Jersey, and there hasn't been much that's been happening in bringing in tourism. I think the biggest thing tourism wise that's happened in the past 8-10 years is bringing the people back to the shore after Sandy. So we're going to bring in over 1 million people around the world into Trophy Park, and that 1 million people that come in here, they're going to need to eat at restaurants. They're going to want things to do. So it's going to create more jobs for other people, because somebody, when they go to the Wawa, or they go to the Burger King, or wherever they're going to go, to the restaurants and everything, that'll be more income for all of those businesses and the people that work for them as well. So it just grows and grows and grows. The people that have to supply us with the food, with the toilet paper, with the sports equipment. I mean, it's all work that winds up, like even with the fields that we're having made, that's all work that's happening in this country. And we're using everything from this country. We're not importing anything. So, it just keeps going on and on. The people that we're getting the fields from, for example, out in California, not in California, but in the ocean out there, between California and Hawaii, there's this big mass of plastic bottles and stuff out there that's twice the size of the state of Texas. For some reason, it gets in this big island. Like, they're using the plastics from those bottles. They're harvesting those bottles, and they're grinding them up to make the turf fields. So we're even helping clean the environment up.
Incredible. I mean, you are the epitome of a visionary man, and I have to ask because I'm so impressed and inspired, and I quite frankly can't wait to come and visit it. So let's start there. How do people find out more about Trophy Park?
They can go on our website, trophypark.com, and
Okay.
see about what's going on there. We add stuff to it every couple of weeks. We're adding something else to it. I've got a great team, um, and they're really into getting this thing off the ground the right way. And I know that I picked the right people for food and beverage, for the sports end of it, and for the management end of it. So we've got a good team that's put together that's 100% in. It's all people that I've known for a long time, and they bleed Trophy Park. So it's a good feeling.
You are certainly creating the another heartbeat of the state of New Jersey in Jackson, right? And that's what the state needs, right? We want to attract more people and have more fun, and so we appreciate all of your hard work and applaud you for that. But I will ask you one last question, and we want to know if during this pandemic you have picked up any new hobbies.
Yes, I have. There's a theater in Lakewood, New Jersey that's called the Strand Theater. It's 98 years old, and with the pandemic, that they've had their problems like everybody in New York and everybody else has. And I've been asked to come in and consult with them and to try to see how they can rebuild this and open it up whenever we are allowed to open it up again with a big thunder and lightning, and make the place successful again. It's a beautiful old theater, and I'm just glad to do it to make something survive that's been there a long time, and it'll help with the tourism again because people can go there and see plays or see a show or a concert or whatever. So that's what I've been doing in my spare time.
That's an important way for everyone in New Jersey to remember how important the arts are and how negatively impacted, especially Broadway and all of the theaters in New Jersey, how, this pandemic has essentially crushed them. And I just applaud you again for reaching back out to the community and helping. And I can't wait when you get Lakeland Bank. I mean, this is going to be Alan. Now you have quite the legacy down there. We're going to go to theaters. We're going to go to Trophy Park. So I'm really inspired to meet you, and I can't thank you enough for all of your hard work and for your vision and innovation. You are truly a force for change for the state of New Jersey, and we can't wait to celebrate you on November 2nd.
Very much for the honor of receiving the award, and I'm looking forward to it.
Great, Alan. You take care then. Have a great day, and we'll be back in touch until we meet again.
Thank you. Take care.